Hello, everybody. Happy November, Same 6 Wednesday, and we have only me to blame for this month's goodies. What was I thinking? All right, so I have sent this little thing that's a texture plate I made with, with modeling paste, and I use on my jelly press. And sometimes you can get an image to print off of it, and sometimes you can't. So there's that. Here's a little card from my Alice in Wonderland deck. Who am I? I will remember if I can. Which is always a good sort of affirmation to put in a journal. There's a little bit of bling to put on the top of everything. There is a piece of black paper with shiny stuff on it. There is a map page from my old atlas. That's another. Then there's this little funny thing. So I haven't totally thought what I want to do with this whole array. So those are the 6 things. And then there are all these great shiny butterflies on this envelope, which I may also find in here, or I may just cut them out and put them on the cover of my book at some point. Not this point. So that is what I am wrestling with today. I have an idea. I don't know if this is going to be my whole idea or not. My idea is to glue this down and put this on top of it, which could be okay. That's an okay idea. I may do that. I know I want to cut a silhouette out of this, and I don't know what else I want to do. So I'm going to turn the camera off while I think about it and contemplated my riches and the idiot who sent me these things this month, myself, and decide, make an executive decision. All right. So I have made my executive decision, and this is, you're not supposed to become attached to your background ever because you're supposed to cover it up. So I am attached to it, and I didn't want to put the map on it. So there you have it. Full story. So I'm going to put this on with my favorite fixer stuff. I know this is not Tanya's favorite, but it is mine. I'm going to put it on with matte medium, which I keep in this little jar. This is not glue and seal any longer. Peg Robinson sent me this ages ago, and I keep refilling it with matte medium, which of course is not there. Okay. So there you go. I keep refilling it with my matte medium. I probably just need to do this differently than this little bitty brush on a whole page, but let's see what happens. So this paper, as you remember, is not particularly fine. It's a laser printer paper, legal size, that I made this book out of years ago in 2002 at a local workshop of my book arts group, Norbag, Northern Redwoods Book Arts Guild. Put on this, one of their stalwart members, Dorothy Swindeman, was an exquisite bookmaker. Oh my God. No longer alive, unfortunately. Okay. Now see, that's going to go on there and not particularly show. I guess I knew that. I almost forgot to turn on the camera, but I remembered. So I've got just a little unbleached titanium out here, and I'm going to mark around my mask this way so that I can cut it out. I didn't know how to mark it on black. So that's what I figured out how to do. This is an old image from a Juxtapost magazine, which I'm quite fond of, so I cut her out, and I cut her compatriot out. So I have two kind of shapes of this little figure. Of course, I don't remember the artist's name. I wish I did, because I just think it's so cute, and I should give her credit every time I use her. But I can't. A little kind of artist with attitude. Which is really good for me to have a hero sort of artist with attitude, because I'm kind of conservative when it comes to trying new things. And, okay, I don't want a whole lot on here. I just need the edge. There you go. All right. Okay, now I got some paint I got to get rid of. All right, in keeping with full disclosure, I am trying out this little goodie. This goodie may be only worth something on the jelly plate, actually, which makes me think I could get out my little 3x5 jelly plate and do something with it. The other thought I had, well, I'm going to get my little jelly plate out and put the paint on it that I was going to put on the mat there. But this is a better thought. So what I tried, you can hardly see this. Can hardly see little tiny edges of pink on there, maybe. It's right in here. So that was with archival ink, rubbing the archival ink on it, not working. So now I'm getting out some fuchsia. And we're going to try this. I'm going to try brayering it on this little thing. Let's see what happens. I'm making my mistakes on the map rather than on the cover of my book. Let's see what happens. That's not doing too much either. Look at that. Okay, let's see what happens here. Not particularly good for this, but let's just go ahead and stamp this onto Delaware. Let's see what we get for a print on this way. That's kind of pretty. Okay, so do I want to put some of that on my page? You know, I do. Just a tiny little bit. Paint is almost dried up. Check it out. Almost dried up. All right. That. Putting a nice firm pressure. And you know what? I'm going to pick up some of that. It's just a piece of wax paper. I don't know if it's going to pick up anything. Because I don't want a lot on my paper. Too much. More than I wanted. I have this thing still sitting out on my desk. I get some of this off in here with that. See what I get. Well, you know, maybe that's not bad. And I cut out my little doll. Maybe that's not bad. Okay. So I used it. All right. I can check that little guy off. I used it. Now I've got to cut some other things out because she needs to sit on something, right? So I'm going to make her a stack of suitcases out of the rest of this sheet. And she's going to have suitcases to sit on, and I'm going to do a little tangling on the suitcases so that they feel like suitcases. And we're going to have her sitting on the edge of the suitcases, a little stack, and she's getting ready to go places. So that's her whole story. So let's keep working on this little puppy. I'm going to turn off the camera for a bit, cut out my little stacks. See you in a bit. I think I'm getting pretty well finished. I'm going to ink in some words right here, then I have to glue everything down. So I wanted to kind of get my placement of my words. I'm going to write going places. Okay, that's going to be the start of that. I may come back and add some more to that, but that's going to be the start of that, and then I'm going to glue everything down here, kind of where it is, if I can. Do Jamie's idea of the reverse gluing process. Let's see what I can do with that little notion. And then I've used everything. I've got to give her some little place right here. So this guy, I really want that little thing to show, the little handle on her suitcase. This is her one suitcase, but she's taking, you know, six boxes with her on her trip. Just one suitcase. The rest of it is boxes of art supplies, right? Okay. Who am I? This is on the map. Who am I? I will remember if I can. With a nice jelly print on the back. I didn't do a whole lot of, you know, let's do the disclaimer. I am not an artist. I don't draw things. Right. You know, I can't even cut out a square. Doesn't matter. It's kind of suggesting these things. So she's going with a stack of things, purses, supplies. She's going someplace with all this stuff. Whoops, where's that going to be? Where did I put that? I'm going to just put it right behind her knee. Doesn't look like it has anything to sit upon, but oh well. Oh well. And then I'm going to put her right there. the old well time in art. It's like, okay, this is what it became. We didn't know what it was going to be when we started. That's always such an adventure. To figure out what it's going to become, what it wants to become. Then it tells you, doesn't it? It tells you, okay, I want that there. I don't want that there. Okay. Now we try to do this without getting our hands all in it. Alright, so she needs to have a little weight sitting on that. Still see the handle, still see the S. Okay, she's going down. Alright. I'm going to ink around the edge and I'm going to sign it before I scan it. But I'm basically done. And I'm going to show you what I've used. I've used everything. So here's my little black jelly print. That's what these little boxes are made of. This is my card from Alice in Wonderland. Who am I? I will remember if I can when I'm going on my vacation. This is the little bling thing. The card. This little weird thing. Oh, I've got a little thing that came off of it. I wonder if I can put it there, if it'll stay. This little weird thing, but I used it on my jelly plate, and that's what made this little background here. So 1, 2, 3, the fuzzy paper, 4, 5, 6. Did I count right? I think I counted right. So there we have it. Going to ink around this edge with pink, with magenta, and she's ready to fly. She's ready to roll for November. All right. Thanks, everybody.